Happy Sunday, fun day, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly live stream where we get to hang out with you guys, read your comments in the live chat. And Jeremy usually likes to start the live off with a song.
It's been quite the week in Otter Creek.
It's always quite a week.
We got
even when we're not in Otter
emails. We got video footage from the officer over at our bad neighbors. I would not call that a rescue. That is the place where animals need rescued from.
Yes. And not only animals, but little humans too.
Yeah. Everything needs rescued from that place. And the world has a new favorite song.
Was it a hit?
Apparently, you love it.
Yeah. Take it away.
I was thinking you should sing tonight.
No, we've gone over this week after week after week, and I've given you the same answer. My answer will not change. That's never going to happen.
Well, we moved into a town with no one around, all to get away from the snow. We put in a 2-inch line and everything was fine till they tried to steal all my dough. You remember that, right?
I do remember.
I remember that. That was crazy. Well, Mary was in town hall. She couldn't do math at all. Just kept calling the law. Sending emails to Worm, hoping he'd confirm that no one would know about her flaws.
We all have flaws.
Even
we all do. Thank you, James Francis.
Lynette and John were running their time.
Thanks, Alicia.
Trying to get any money they could.
Thanks, Mary.
Everything around them dies, and then she paid price. You got to see that in yesterday's video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, they'll end up in our river by a They'll end up by a... I better sing that right. They'll end up by a river in a van.
Thanks, Crafty Jen.
There's signs all over town, and then they were taken down. Everybody knows who
Debbie.
don't do. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. You're living in a shed with no permit.
They got to see that in the video yesterday, too.
Up close and personal. Well, Russ is texting Don, telling him it's on.
Thanks,
Let's
Gina.
give the world a show.
Thanks,
We
Tanya.
always wanted fame, and now they know our names. The meeting always vote no.
Why did they do that? Thanks, Mary.
Well, they're all making threats. The fans are making bets. Who's gonna be the first in jail? Will it be Mary, Russ, or Don? Lynette or John? We just know we won't be. What the hell?
Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Julie. You're saying, what the hell?
Town with no one around, just to get away from the snow. We put in a 2-inch line and everything was
Thanks,
fine. Until they tried to steal all my dough.
Thanks, Mo. We know some people that would love to see you in cuffs.
Oh my goodness, yes. Wow, what a week in Otter Creek.
Wowee.
Okay, we have so much to cover.
Oh, yeah.
And there's breaking news even as we just went live. We just got a text from Christian and Patience.
We're going to need your prayers.
And so
Thank
I
you,
want you guys to start praying already.
Thanks,
At 7:45, I got the text from Patience. I'm being induced tonight.
Wow.
Which we already had a scare. They had a scare earlier this week. And
it was Thursday.
It was Thursday, and then the doctor gave her permission to actually go to work on Friday, which you'll see that later this week. And I said, what? Is everything okay? And then Christian text, she had very high blood pressure. So we went in for that. And it's too high to leave baby George in. And I said, oh no, are they both safe? So that's all I have so far. George is going to ask me a million follow-up questions, and I'm going to tell her the same thing. Read it. That's what it says.
The worry is what she had mentioned is preeclampsia.
Yes, with the high blood pressure.
Which could be very dangerous for both mom and
the baby.
So definitely prayers are needed so badly tonight to make sure that Patience and baby George are safe. Oh my goodness.
That's all I got. That's all the information I have. That's all I have right now. Literally coming to you right now. You have what I have. I'm actually.
Now I'm worried.
I'll keep my eye on it.
Whew.
Interesting. Everything crazy. Everything happening all at once. We may not be flying back for baby George. Baby George is going to be here tonight. But by all means, keep patience and baby George, and definitely Christian. Christian's probably freaking out right now. Although Christian's so calm. Christian is very, very calm.
He plays it cool.
But inside, it's complete and total chaos. He'll tell you that.
Which I share the same qualities where I'm freaking out, but I'm good at holding it in. Like I'm not like you where I'm just like, I put it out there. I keep it in.
This is over 4 weeks early, 5 weeks early. We'd be 5 weeks early right now for baby George. So by all means, if you see me continuing to check my phone, I'll give you updates all night as I get them from Christian. It'll be Christian. It's not going to be Patience. So whether we get it during the live where we talk about things or we get it during the auction, which we very well may, I will give you updates as they happen. So by all means, be in prayer for them. And my goodness, be in prayer for Otter Creek. Are your people's minds not blown right now? So we started the week, revealing some of the 6,000 incriminating emails between Mary and Attorney Warm with Russell in there, things they were saying. I'm curious. I'm going to ask George.
Check, Deborah.
I'm going to ask George, but I'm going to ask all of you as well. What in those emails blew your mind the most? Just to give you some examples, purposefully trying to lock Don out of a meeting, breaking the law there.
Well, the crazy part is Don knew he was being duped that day because he showed up.
And now
he showed up before Mary can lock the door.
And now Don chooses to align with Russell after all of this, which blows my mind.
Right? Because he forgot that Mary almost closed the door on him and that he wasn't allowed in the meeting.
Devil's lettuce will do that to you.
He forgot all about it.
Or how about what we finally revealed, where one member of the community was willing to go forward to talk about the gross misuse of perceived power of former Mayor Russ the Sus and what he attempted to receive, and how that launched a witch hunt and tens of thousands of dollars wasted of the town residents' money.
It was pretty sickening.
So there's some examples. What from those emails, or how about we just get to the email that completely and totally shares with you how they targeted, lied, stole, and then tried to cover up what they did to me.
Yeah.
So what was most mind-boggling to you? And I'm curious of all you guys as well. Put it in the chat.
Honestly, you would think that someone not that age matters, because we keep saying it doesn't matter the age. If Mary would have been 37 and she would have pushed Jeremy out of the office when he's paid his bill in the office several times in the past, the situation still would have been the same. It wouldn't have been okay. It still would have been battery. Now, if the tables were turned and Jeremy did the same thing and put his hands on a female,
immediately jailed,
and pushed her out or guided her out or even just lightly touched her, it 100% would be battery. And so what I find shocking the most is someone who of her age and who's supposed to be church going every Sunday be as evil as she is.
You're literally finding out who this real Mary DeGroot is.
And her admitting to her behavior, her wrongdoings and her behaviors in the email to a lawyer. And it makes you wonder, did she think that the lawyer just charges a flat rate and she could just shoot emails all day long and not think that it's being charged?
Every one of those gossiping emails you're being charged for. That is the town residents' money. Now, who pays the most into the town? I can tell you, it's me. It's Madam Mayor Therese and her husband Brett. It's Vice Mayor Zim.
Thanks, Tracy.
There's a handful of others as well who pay the most in taxes in the town.
Gary.
And so, whose money is being wasted? It's everybody in the town who's paying taxes towards the town.
Thanks, Mama Nader and Philip.
It's mind-boggling.
It is, and I know a lot of the Otter Creek town residents that don't physically attend the town hall meeting, whether they can't physically do it or they just have given up hope because their voice isn't being heard. Hopefully they are watching the videos and they're watching the meetings and they find the courage to come to a meeting or to at least put in their comments, maybe give their comment to someone else on behalf of them and bring up public comments on what their thoughts are about what's going on.
Well, that's one of the things that the fans and the viewers are wondering. They're like, how in the world could this happen in a town? You have to understand, most of the people in the town care nothing about being on the council. And so to be a town, to be incorporated, they legally have to have a council. Well, the only people who are going to run for council are the people that want that power. And most people don't care about power. I don't want that power. You don't want that power. Many residents don't want the power and they have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. This is the first time ever they're seeing it. They've never gotten any public records before.
Yeah. Thanks,
so now they're seeing it in records. And at the bottom of every email, this is a public record. This is a public record. And an attorney
Thanks,
is
Wyatt.
literally communicating inappropriately with the town clerk. Mary, these emails are got to be the scariest thing for you. And there was a resident that actually saw Mary outside of her property this week and said to Mary said, "We've seen the 6,000 emails and what you did to blank up this town." And Mary looked at him with the nastiest look in the world.
She was probably disgusted with herself.
I would think she's got to be extremely ashamed. But it wouldn't surprise me if she's not ashamed and thinks, you know what? They're Northerners. Them are Yankees. They're an interracial couple. They think they're them TikTokers. Them YouTube TikTokers. I would be shocked that she's not ashamed of herself.
So didn't she say in one of the emails she doesn't know a lot of the residents? If I recall,
information, I can't
in one of the emails she mentioned that to the attorney that she doesn't know many people in the town.
That does ring a bell, that she doesn't know many people.
But yet she's so quick to gossip about them, which is so bizarre. Like
them.
if you're claiming you don't know the town residents, how can you know them to gossip about them? That part just
the funny part is
had me questioning.
Mary is against Don in all of this.
Yes, Jill, we'll get to that. Thank you.
Mary is against Gail in all of this. Mary is against John Crook and Lynette and is pursuing illegal avenues to sue them and do whatever they can to get them to stop filming in Town Hall, which we've already shared. We are not the ones that started filming in Town Hall. It was John Crook and Lynette posting signs all over the town. Get rid of Russ. Get rid of Stewart. Get rid of Attorney Worm.
And the crazy part is when Fish and Game Wildlife Cop was there, the sign was still there.
In
I'm
the property.
surprised he didn't walk up to the sign and look down and see what it was.
Stop the corruption. Right, Russell Meek Sr. and Mary DeGroot and Stuart Stewart.
You see him walking to the turtle tank, the boil tank, and the sign's right there. You can see it right there. I'm surprised he didn't keep going.
The soup. So Mary is literally the only person Mary sides with is Attorney Worm and Russ.
And she favors Russ. And we've shared with you that Mary and Russ are related through marriage. Her niece is married to his son, who is on the county commission. And so that's how we found out that they are related through blood, which is probably how she got the job.
Related through marriage, not through blood. They're not blood related.
That's what I meant.
I'm not saying they haven't swapped fluids because that's been the rumor in Otter Creek. But again, we have no proof of that. That is only a rumor. So for us to say, hey, we think that probably has happened, that would be opinion based. We have no facts on that.
Yeah.
And so many people have shared that with us, the residents. But again, there's no facts of
my
that.
4 sons.
No facts of that at all. So what are some of the things that they find most disturbing in the emails?
I mean, a lot of people are talking about Lynette's property, but we haven't.
We will get to Lynette's property.
We haven't gotten there yet,
and we will get to the officer's cam footage.
A couple of people in the chat asked, shouldn't the attorney itemize what his bill is for?
Shouldn't Mary have itemized my bill for me?
See, that's where she lacks. Like, we all have weaknesses and we all have strengths, and her Worm's weakness is not itemizing it.
Math. Mary's weakness, math.
And from what we understand is he never turned in his invoice monthly.
He turned in an invoice. From what we've heard in town hall meetings, he turned in an invoice after Mary is gone. Russell is out. He turned in an invoice for over $10,000 from what we heard in town hall meeting. Now, we weren't in that meeting. We saw it as you saw it, recorded afterwards. And it's been discussed, and it's just mind-blowing. Now, how did you get that bill? You got it with every email. I don't even know how many months that covers, but it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
John wants to know, what were Mary's strengths? Lying and covering it up.
Lying, stealing,
covering it up.
She was very good at trying to
running to the attorney.
She was horrible at covering it up.
Well,
she literally left an email trail of 6,000 plus incriminating emails.
She definitely relied a lot on the attorney to help her dig her way out of the hole that she put herself in.
But they were relying on the attorney to dig a witch hunt and spend tens of thousands of dollars for nothing. For what? For nothing. That money is literally all gone. And here's the crazy thing. All right. All they had to do was the right thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
She should have just stuck with the $2,250.
You just
would have never attended the town hall meetings.
Now, I'm not even talking about just to me. I mean, all of this would never be on YouTube if they didn't steal from me. All right, you get that. But they had other issues. They were launching a witch hunt for other residents in Otter Creek. All they had to do was the right thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. How hard is it? Literally, how hard is it? You are hired in as a public servant. And what do? You do not serve the public. You go on a witch hunt. You spend the public's tens of thousands of dollars, which in a town that size, your budget is 55. And maybe this year, well, I think they just passed it. Is it 62 or 65,000?
I don't remember.
It's somewhere in there, 62 to 65,000. I'm sure I'm off somewhere. But all you had to do was the right thing.
And like I said, the moment we came encounter with Russ, he gives off such a weird vibe. Weird vibe. And then after getting the weird vibe and meeting some more of the town residents, and no one had anything positive to say, it just confirmed the weird vibe
I have yet to meet anybody who has anything positive to say about Russ the Sus. I have met some of his own family members as I've lived in Levy County.
His own kin.
His own kin have told us, oh boy, they have nothing positive.
We're still waiting for someone to say something positive.
And that vibe that he gives off is the same vibe that John Crook gives off. They want my honey buns. Russell wants these honey buns.
Ew.
John Crook wants these honey buns.
So Lori says the attorney was never there at the meeting. He shouldn't get paid.
Agreed. Absolutely, he should not be paid.
He jumped in on Zoom, and so what we find bizarre is that he's able to hop on Zoom, and the one time he shows up is during election time. Right after the election meeting, he showed up. And he was there in place of the town clerk.
He was there
because everyone's looking
of the clerk.
Everyone's looking at him like, that does not look like Mary. When did Mary end up in a scooter? That was the only time he ever came to town hall. And we know this because he said on film, you guys gave me good directions. Like, why
first time he's ever been there. Not only that,
chauffeur. Someone brought him there.
Not only that,
thanks, Pete.
He wanted the town to provide Zoom for him to get in on a Zoom meeting. Why is this lawyer not have his own Zoom account providing for all of his clients? Like, this is just something that blows my mind.
And another thing that's odd is that Bronson is the next town over.
And he shows up for those
meetings. Shows up there, which is a 10-minute, 15-minute tops drive. And he shows up there, which we find odd too.
I don't get it. The man should be disbarred. The man is doing he's been participated in unethical and frivolous spending, unethical communication. He has actually added liability to the town's members of Otter Creek.
Yeah.
And can Russ the Sus and Mary and others be held accountable and Attorney Warren? Yes, there are ways, and we are seeking that out legally. Okay, so stay tuned for that. More to come. We are seeking that out. So it's not just the town, but it's the individuals that we're going after. Russell, Mary,
Thanks,
Attorney
Jen.
Warren, and so Laura Mott. It's the individuals from us. But this is still at the state level under investigation. And they're not going to tell us where they're at in the investigation. Right. But we have our own complaints against them for theft, cover up, lying, and it goes on and on and on.
Megan wants to know if we could pray out loud for Patience and Christian tonight.
You can pray out loud and we will join you in with that in prayers. So we appreciate that, Megan.
Thanks,
we do.
Pete.
So
thanks, John.
That is probably just mind-blowing in regards to these 6,000 emails. How are we going to get through all these 6,000 emails?
So it's going to take a lot, because I know a lot of you, yes. A lot of you are wondering, so far, all the emails that we've shared with you, there's so many to go through. And then we have to stay in the time, like a specific timeline versus being all over the place, right?
I got you.
And so a lot of you are wondering, okay, well, did Don ever send an email? Did Russell ever send an email? Were they CC'd? Did they respond? We
have to take 6,000 emails and go, what is this story in relation to? What is, like, we showed the
like
witch
puzzle
hunt.
Pieces. You got to put it all together.
Puzzle pieces, and we have to go, okay, this was the witch hunt. This is illegal activity. This is water rates.
It's going to take time to do that.
And pulling it all together and go, here's the storyline on the witch hunt. Right. Here's the storyline on the water rates. Here's the storyline on all the illegal sunshine law breaks. Here's the storyline on what they have to say about this member of the community. What they have to say about. There's a storyline in all of them.
You got to keep it all together.
You got to piece it all together.
Right. So it's just like if you're new to the channel and you're just watching a video yesterday, you have no idea where it starts. Like if you go back and start in chronological order, it makes more sense. So for us right now, it doesn't make sense because it's all over the place. Welcome, Robert. So for those of you who are wondering, okay, well, what about those emails from these individuals? Just be patient. We're working on it and we'll eventually share.
We'll get there. And we do intend on a plan for you to get your own copy of the 6,000 emails. Do not contact Town Hall. All you're doing, if you contact Town Hall and you be like, oh, you know what? I'm a fan of What the Hales and I want those 6,000 emails. All you're doing is tying up time, resources. These are the good people in Town Hall now. And now you're tying them all up. So if you're a fan of What the Hales, don't do that. You're not, it's not that it's illegal for you to do it. It's legal for anybody, but you're not helping the town move forward. You're actually pulling them further back. When you think you're helping us by contacting them, you're not helping us. We already have it.
Right. But keep in mind that it's not free. Just because
you have to pay.
Just because
and
you
it's
can put
thousands of dollars
does not mean that it's free.
You have to pay for their time and all the resources. It's thousands of dollars. It's not free. So if you're going to call and go, oh, I want this.
And it's not going to be cheap either.
Go, I want this. You have to pay for it up front. Yep. So, and that's another good point that.
Welcome, Dennis.
You got people calling and going, I want all your records and I want this and I want that. Well, that's great. You still have to pay for the people to actually pull it all together. And that's legal. They can charge you for that and all the resources to put it together. It's thousands of dollars. So, but when you're doing that, you're pulling them away from doing the things they actually have to get done. The budget and the trim are some of the things you've seen them talking about.
Especially considering the transition, that they're still new in the transition, trying to pick up where they left off because there was no help. They're all learning this on their own because Russell's still not helping.
Russell refuses to help, but what he does do.
Thank you, Jill.
What he does do
I don't see how Don's being helpful at all.
He demands all the paperwork that he never gave anybody.
Yeah, so being very hypocritical. So if you watch any of the earlier videos before the lawsuit, you'll see that what Don's requesting of Russ is very hypocritical.
Nothing yet.
What Russ is requesting is very hypocritical because him and Mary did not provide those for previous counselor members. But now he's demanding it. But then you raise the question, well, why didn't you provide it to the townspeople?
But Russell's so
People?
foolish. This is how foolish he is. He's literally digging his own grave, self-incriminating himself even more. I demand this. Okay, well, there's 2+3 years of videos of you not supplying it. Let's get into an argument about this, and let's get into legalities. Let's go to the state level. Let's pursue legal pursuits. I mean, how stupid can you be?
He pushes the envelope because he's told people, if you're not happy, sue us. And
now
someone is suing. And now he doesn't know what to do. And he thinks he's on top of the law. Thank you, Gary. And so one of the things that he said that was just mind-boggling is when he told Belinda, I'll email it.
Yes. Belinda asking for the recordings. I'll email
so
it.
It contradicts what he says when he says, I don't do emails. And then he's telling her, well, I'll email it. So is he going to have someone else help him to email? Or is he going to do it himself?
Texting Don, telling him it's on. Let's give the world a show.
And so with the very first meeting we ever attended, which was December of 2020, he was using a flip phone at the time.
Make sure you always vote no.
And so I don't know when he upgraded to a smartphone, but when we first met him, he was using a flip phone.
But those records and those texts are still with the carrier. They don't disappear. None of it disappears. So that's all part of the records request and the lawsuit. And I'm going for it all. This is not going to stop until it's a done deal and it's all over to where everything is done right.
Frankie wants to know, is anyone else still shocked that Don the Con wants to unincorporate? Yes.
I guess he works for me.
No, actually, no, I'm not surprised or shocked because this is the same man that seconded a motion
and then voted against it. Twice.
Not once, but
twice.
Two times.
Twice.
Like we tell you guys, if you dislike a video, just make sure you hit that thumbs down
twice.
Hit it 2 times.
Make sure you really let us know how bad you dislike it.
Thank you, Deborah.
It's crazy, and Mary said it appropriately.
At this
it's a
point,
circus.
Nothing is shocking at all.
What were Alisar and Tom asking at dinner today? Or maybe it was you were asking me, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't be shocked, or I would be shocked if this happened. And I was like, you know what? At this point, I guess I wouldn't be shocked. Was it something with Mary? And no, we have not released the French casserole recipe yet in the emails. We will get there. I sit there and I go, man, I'd be shocked if this happened. And then this stuff happened.
So,
like, I can't believe it.
So with Don wanting to unincorporate, if someone mentioned to him, are you okay with losing the $1,200 a year sitting here as a council person, he'll probably be like, oh, no, I don't want to unincorporate.
It's all the way you
ask it. His answer.
It's all the way they don't even know what they pay in taxes or what the trim is or what a tax is. They have no clue. None whatsoever.
Well, someone in the town, during town public comments, asked Russell, do you even know what the increase would be in the event that there were an increase and if it applies? And he goes, whatever it is,
I'm against it.
I don't want it to be any more than it already is.
Against it. Russell's texting Don, telling him it's on. Let's give the world a show. There's been another show this week. There was the officer out at the I cannot call it a turtle sanctuary or rescue. This is the place that animals and people need rescued from. Yes. And it's horrific.
Oh yeah. And there's no excuse. If they bought a piece of property knowing their disability, knowing that they had a special needs child, knowing the amount of work and the amount of money that was going to be involved,
knowing that they were stalking YouTubers to Otter Creek, knowing they were moving across the street, knowing he always says, I love turtles, because I'm making fun of an old meme, and thinking they were going to get money because they know that we give money away on the channel.
Thank you, Harriet. So she may have not asked for money directly.
Oh.
She's asked for it indirectly
all the time.
by asking for donations. What is donations? Donations is money. And so she also thought that
all the time.
I even have a
nonstop.
screenshot
she
of her
she would text and beg for the stuff that we would find in storage units.
I even have a screenshot of her saying, in hopes to do donations and to get great promotion on her turtle rescue from us. And so it was all part of her plan, and I honestly think it backfired.
Well, that's what happens when you run your mouth nonstop.
Thanks,
and you
Marie.
self-incriminate yourself over and over and over again. These people cannot stop. Literally cannot stop. All right, Christian and Patience.
Someone in the chat, actually a few people in the chat have been a member for a year now.
Okay, all right. I'm just going to give you directly from their mouths.
Chrissy, thank you.
Yes, Christian says, yes, she's feeling better. They gave her stuff, but she'll be giving birth at some point. Don't know when. Patience said, wild man, can't believe she's going to be here.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to tell her, okay, fans.
Thanks, Max Lab.
Fans are praying.
We've got our prayer warriors
and
watching right now.
Let me know when I can come to the hospital. Now, this is, man, we got court tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what I just texted her, just so you guys all know, and text them. Whoops.
Well, their family should be first.
So the challenge, we will not, obviously, Baby George is going to come tonight. The challenge for us is going to be, we have to be in court tomorrow with the protection orders against John Crook and Lynette at 10:30 in the morning. And so we have a 10:30 meeting in court with the magistrate. So it's going to have to be after that.
Well, we may not even be allowed in.
We may not even be allowed in.
Right. They weren't even going to let her dad in when she ended
up
in the emergency room. So we're going to wait before we even get permission to go, because depending on how little the baby is, like I had my son 5.5 weeks early. And when he was born, he was only 4.5 pounds. I literally would hold him in my hand like this. His little head would be here and his torso would be here. And his little butt was right here, and his legs and arms would dangle, and I would just hold him like this. And people would look at me, and they're like, "Is that real? Is that real?" I think everyone should have a little baby like that.
Now he's a big boy,
and so he's perfectly healthy. Never had health issues, and so typically nowadays, you know, back then moms would stay in the hospital with their baby for 2 or 3 days. We stayed an extra 2 days, and so the biggest thing for him was getting his sucking, like latching on, I should say.
The latch.
He had jaundice, which I think most babies have jaundice, which he was in an incubator for maybe a whole 2 days, where his body got acclimated to the temperature, and he's been fine. So,
all right, I'm going to transition back to the non-turtle sanctuary. This was from a resident in Otter Creek. We've seen them put those large tortoises in tubs when it's cold, and they put them in the sheds. They couldn't even extend their legs in those tubs.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. If you have it, again, if you're disabled and you have all these issues, clearly she relies heavily on Crook to do a lot of the things because she can't do it.
Not even that. She posted before that God told her to get rid of the turtles,
get rid of everything so that she can focus on the baby.
And what does she do? The exact opposite.
The opposite.
And follows us and stalks us.
Yeah.
And harasses our lives and the residents of Otter Creek on Facebook nonstop. Runs her mouth, and then she's the victim. Yeah. Says all this garbage, and then she's the victim.
But this isn't just behavior in Otter Creek. This was
everywhere she's gone.
She's ever
you can
lived.
find screenshots and messages everywhere these two have been.
Yes.
So I'm curious. You got to see
this,
Pete. Not from us telling you or other residents telling you. Right. You got to see communication
firsthand
with the officer, yes, with Lynette and John Crook.
Yes.
How many lies? We've shared screenshots of what she says. How many lies did you see?
We
And how did you
shared
like
our
it?
own testimonies of being face to face on their property and what the condition of the property and how hazardous the property was.
How'd you like it when she immediately, within under 5 minutes, to be honest with you, it's all him.
She said,
Oh
I'm just going to throw him under the bus and I don't care.
That woman's a bus driver.
Yes.
And when is
She
that going to
doesn't
happen?
care who you
She's
are.
done
She
that.
will throw you under
She's
the
done
bus.
that to Jamstar. She's done that to
Thank
Shart
you, Ryan.
already, claiming that Shart is
Her own
abusing
children.
her own children.
Oh my gosh.
She's doing that to the man that she claims is only her friend and that they're not a couple.
Her MO is it's everyone's fault.
How do you know he's not the one that's the mole? Because of all the garbage she says about him. Like,
So,
who wouldn't be the mole if that's how you're treated
how
by
about
this
her
woman?
refusing to shake his hand when he gets there and then goes on this long spiel of her daughter having a metabolic life-threatening disorder, but then has no problems touching what the officer calls pea soup. He tells Harley that's disgusting
Fecal
water,
matter.
pea soup.
Saturated in fecal matter.
She's in the hay, digging in the hay, and there's
Poop.
fecal matter in there.
And
they
then
let their
grabbing the
dogs
child.
loose. There's ducks running around. There's roosters and
There's
chickens running
poop
around
everywhere.
The child didn't have shoes on, and she posted pictures today.
Show the
child
picture.
still doesn't have
Show the
shoes
picture.
on.
She's literally posting pictures today, okay? And you hear her 3 months ago with the officer. There's glass everywhere.
There's
There's nails. She posts pictures today. The child is still barefoot in all of this fecal matter and all of these hazards everywhere.
Yeah. So another thing that people noticed.
There you
'cause
go.
I've been reading the comments. Is you guys notice how she's yelling and screaming the entire time? How toxic is that? And remind you, she does talk to text, so the child hears everything.
Remind you, she toned it down because the officer was there. That's what every resident in Otter Creek has witnessed. And within seconds, she smacks and hits Harley in the head.
Yeah.
So it's yelling, hitting in the head, yelling, hitting in the head.
And then she'll
So
lie
she-
about it and say, I don't lie, or
and
I don't
toned
yell.
it down because the officer is there. The officer gave the child more positive reinforcement, more positive engagement than her own, if you can call them, adopted parents. It was horrific. All the lies.
True.
How many people saw the disposable diaper as well? Oh, my baby doesn't wear disposable diapers. Literally with the officer in the chest cam.
Denny.
Disposable diapers. Let's go on. What other lies? Puts her hands in
Deborah.
fecal matter in the pea soup and then touches the child. That is contaminated with salmonella, bacteria.
Yeah.
The most dangerous thing to this child is Lynette and John Crook and that property.
And that property.
Period.
I don't understand how that property is supposed to save her life. If she moved there to save her life and it's nothing but a hazard, that it's an unsafe hazard setting, how is that exactly supposed to save her life? And then she's yelling at her for rusted nails. She's yelling at Harley for the broken glass. She's yelling at her for snakes, potential rattlesnakes. She's yelling at her because when it rains, things surface. And that happens at our ranch too, where when it rains, things come up and just surface. And hers was a pre-existing dump, so more stuff even comes up.
And they added to the dump.
Yeah.
It was a pre-existing, and now it's a still existing.
You've got sharp rock piles that the child could trip and fall. You've got duck feces, chicken feces, dog feces. You heard John say, I'm going to let the dogs out, but don't be afraid. They're harmless. The dogs are just running around, pooping anywhere. And it just showed she had zero patience for the child.
Complete and total
because
cesspool.
she's just yelling and screaming the whole time.
Complete and total cesspool of toxicity with Lynette. Complete and total cesspool of toxicity with John Crook.
Yeah.
Complete and total cesspool of bacteria, salmonella, anything that this child could get. This is the wrong environment.
And then she's holding an infected turtle and touching its infection.
And then touching the child.
Infections.
But this child can die.
But couldn't shake the
Can't
hand
shake your hand.
of
And
the
within
officer.
5 minutes, the child is all over the officer,
Thank you,
where they even are touching. Oops, I bumped you on the head.
And she's talking about, I can't let her near you, but he's touching her head, and she's
You realize
6 feet.
it's all a sympathy play with this
Thank you,
woman.
Danielle.
It's insane, and
I
it
agree.
is so old. So what she does is she starts the sympathy. Oh, life-threatening disease. Oh, I can't work. Oh, he's going to be amputated. Oh. And to try and get their way. And it's so freaking old. And within 2 interactions, you see through it all. And most of you watching it are going, oh my goodness, that is the most annoying voice in the world. Yeah. Well, for 45 minutes, it is. It's absolutely.
I mean, I get annoyed with my own voice. Like, I hate listening to myself, but she'll claim that she has a fenced in play area. But mind you, that's hazardous as well, because in a video, she shows
Snakes.
her playing in the sandbox, and she's like, don't play in that. There's red ants and pine needles. And then she's got a solid blue tarp.
Slip hazard.
Where it's just covered in rainwater, because she says it rains all the time. And there's pine needles, which can be a slipping hazard. Not only a slipping hazard, but a breeding ground for mosquitoes. And that's even covered in pine needles, which she mentions in a video. So there is no safe place for her on that property. They just have no business running a rescue at all.
At all.
She's got a lot on her plate, which I've told her when I saw her last, is you have a lot on your plate and you cannot do that. You cannot do this yourself. And I told her the very first time, thanks you, Sherry. I told her the very first time I met you, you told me you wanted John out of your life, but you need him to help you with your property. She took all of that and twisted it to, in her mind, was you need to give your daughter up for adoption and throw her in the garbage. I've never once said that.
She's mentally unstable.
Never used those words. I told her you have a lot on your plate and you can't take care of this property by yourself.
And I got so sick and tired to hearing all the complaining. Complaint. The very first time I met her, she asked me to bring my tractor over and move it down the street. I didn't even know she didn't own the property yet. She told me she owned the property. She did not own the property, and I'm on the property illegally, trespassing. Her house wasn't even listed for sale yet. She keeps saying she watched this property for 3 years. The property wasn't even on the market for 3 years before she even bought it. It's all pathological lying. She got me on the property illegally, pathologically lying, telling me she already owned it. She did. Very first thing she tells me, that's my ex-husband. He's not coming with me. He's not going to be here. It's all.
She has no problem telling you how much she
within 30 seconds.
But the moment John throws himself under the bus and makes him look like a fool, she's so quick to lie for him. And she
like stalking me to my property. That was a great video that we got this week. The courts already have that here, so we got that immediately to the courts.
He says in the video, "Oh, I just saw someone go to Jeremy's house.
Like,
let's
what?
Follow him.
A freaking fool! Like, I can't even. Like, we even say we're using this for court. Like, I have done this with Otter Creek. I've done this with these fools. I tell you what my ultimate plan is. I thank you for giving me more evidence. And what do? Do more. Like, how stupid can you be? World's dumbest criminals.
I mean, he does look. I mean, they are dumb as they appear. To be honest with you,
they're dumber. Meet them in person. They are dumber.
Yes.
Literally, world's dumbest criminals.
Not good neighbors ever. So needy. When you talk about a needy neighbor, that was her. Messaging him nonstop, which is inappropriate.
Which now I'm afraid to give my number out to any resident anymore.
Not just one sentence asking a question, like long
paragraphs this long.
Inappropriate.
I would not even read them. I'd be like, I ain't even reading this. Ignore. Like, it is an insanity. Like, these people are not okay.
They're not okay.
And if you want to defend them, if you want, oh, well, these are just needy people that need help. And like she posts, Otter Creek doesn't need this. Otter Creek doesn't need this. Otter Creek,
clean water.
Otter Creek needs programs to help the elderly. No, Otter Creek doesn't need programs. You need to help yourself and build your own life and not rely on programs. Programs aren't the answer. Do you think there were programs 500 years ago to help people? Do you think there were programs 1,000 years ago? No, there's a place for programs, but you obviously can get up and hold a 50-pound child, no problem, even though you're getting Social Security for disability. You're melting and cheating the system. You don't need a program. You need to go get a job. But you ain't got no job.
No one's going to hire her because she's going to talk like this instead of work. She's
nonstop. Like, these two could never keep a job anyway. They don't need a program. They need to get a life and work on something of their own and get out of ours, period. They need to get out of our lives. They stalked us. They followed us. They've made our life a living Hales.
A lot of the people that watch videos this week loved the video that we showed of John throwing himself under the bus.
You can't make it up.
That he was going to stalk and wait at the end of your.
You cannot make it up. How dumb can you be? Like that toothless wonder just threw himself under the bus, and Lynette's still driving it. It's.
And
how do you make it up?
When we've shared with you that she will throw him under the bus, you heard it in the video. Like the cop footage does not lie.
It's his fault. And by the way, we are going to bring you the footage as well of her interaction when the police were brought out for the stolen trailer. You're not going to believe it. And if you think this woman is a pathological liar now, you're going to have it confirmed times 1,000.
Wow.
This woman.
She lies about the dumbest things. Like, why lie about it? Like, she claims she has no criminal background. She claims she has no traffic tickets.
All right, we have her criminal background from Iowa. Would you like to go ahead and share?
She does have felony charges, but she's so quick to want to talk about other people's charges.
Thank you, felony Jerry. Charges in Iowa. Now she actually they negotiated down to
it got reduced down to misdemeanor
5.
For theft. I don't know what degree. I can't remember which degree.
I thought it was 5 or 4. So she has all kinds of issues, but she did get charges for felony, and then it was negotiated down to
under one of her married names. Remember,
misdemeanor.
She's been married 6 times.
So many names, and she changes all the names for all the scams and everything she's done. We have all of her Iowa records.
She's even lied about not even having a speeding ticket.
Which would you like to show that, or should we wait till later?
I'm not going to show, but I can talk about it.
Well, I can show it.
In Iowa alone, there was at least 10 different speeding or traffic violations, but she wants to lie about not having a simple speeding ticket. Like, why lie about that? I don't get it. So if she's going to lie about something as simple as having a speeding ticket, which everyone has, what else is she lying about?
All right. This is how long her rap sheet is.
Yeah.
It's huge. Huge. It says no joke. This thing is huge. And it just goes pages and pages and pages. This is her rap sheet from Iowa.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
It's so big, it has to keep updating. It's huge, and it goes longer and longer.
Yeah.
That's finally the last page. We have her. That's just Iowa. That's Iowa. It's huge.
Elle says, I've never gotten a speeding ticket. That's great, Els, but most people do, and there's nothing wrong with getting a speeding ticket.
Why lie about it?
But why lie about it?
Unless you got diabetes.
Yeah.
That's
that
major issue. That's a major issue if you have diabetes. So I
do
understand.
We have a lot of mail tonight?
We don't have a lot of mail. We have a little mail because we only went one day. We had a very, very busy week, and it looks like we're going to have even a busier week with a baby.
Baby, we had awesome weather this week.
Patience says, thank you. I need all the prayers we can get. So they're updating me. They're texting me.
Yeah.
So just a crazy week. How many lies did you count in yesterday's video?
And how many swear words did you count?
Well, that's the way they speak in front of the child, unfortunately. And you've heard Harley actually repeat John Crooks saying the P word, saying that blank, and then Harley going, who's a blank P word?
That was the day that he stalked you and waited.
Yes, that's the day he stalked me, waited for me, parked on my property. Like in his mind, he thought that the passenger tires were on the easement, but in Otter Creek, there's no such thing as easement. My property pins go all the way up to the road. That's
which is why putting sidewalks wouldn't be an option in Otter Creek.
Which is why you would have to buy the property.
Easements don't exist in Otter Creek. Thanks, Ann.
But I love it when the fans go, oh, no, that's not your property.
Thanks,
I'm pretty
Angie.
sure I know what my property is.
That's
why I paid over $9,000 for a survey to know where all my
There's even a video out there. We put a video out there the day that the surveying team came out.
There's a whole video on my survey on my property of what I own. Yeah.
But if you're new to the channel and you have no idea, you still have a lot of catching up to do. Try and go back and watch in chronological order versus backwards. Because then it would make more sense if you go forward versus backwards. Because you're missing so many pieces of the puzzle.
What was the most mind-blowing lie from Lynette in yesterday's video? Now, keep in mind, she's unemployed, right? And for example, she claims she's a 501c3 and she's a rescue. And she literally tells the officer, these are my personal pets. So there's a lie right there. You're not a rescue.
Or that she lived there for 9 years.
So when did you get here? 9 years. What's today? It's 9 years ago. No, not big lie. 9 years. Okay, these are my personal pets. I'm a rescue. None of this jives. Any of it. She's a pathological liar with diabetes. Just walking around trying to spread diabetes to everybody. And it's a sad, sad situation that a child has to live in that. And the filth from her mouth, but the filth of the property. You finally got a tour of what is not a turtle sanctuary.
Right. How about the brown tarp? He even said that brown tarp, it's pretty hot in there. She's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. He goes, yeah, it is. It's pretty hot in there. And then she's arguing with him.
John Crook lying, going, oh, we were going to do that. Yeah, just like you were going to take care of the turtles up front, right? That are baking in their own fecal matter. Just like the pens that have no water in them. Just like, oh, no, those two males get along just fine. They're fighting
right in front of him.
Like, how many lies? What was the most mind-blowing lie for you guys?
I wouldn't be surprised if that officer called Child Protective Services.
Like, he's a mandatory reporter. He has to call Children's Services, which is probably why Children's Services came out 8th time, or is it 9 now?
It'll be number 9.
It'll be number 9.
Yeah.
So, so here's another lie. She says that we called. Okay, so she says that we called Fish and Wildlife.
Right. She said we called 3 times.
So
and that video was taken.
That was
June
CPS.
5th.
She said we called 3 times. So let me clarify something. Number one, we did not call Fish and Wildlife on this account. We do know the resident that did, the resident that did used posts from her own pages, used videos that we have shown to show the danger there. And so asked, can I send these links? And so we know who did it. It was not us. And we did not call CPS but one time. And it was me. It was not George. It was me. I called CPS.
She did say that what the Hales called CPS 3 times, when for the longest time she accused the Grangers for calling. And then the longest time she accused the drug addicts that she hired to help her on her property.
And now we know some of the other individuals. If you're a member and you're paying at the highest level, there's over an hour-long video of one of the individuals that actually called CPS, which was probably from the first time. And if you watch that video, you know why they did. It was because of the garbage Lynette was posting on social media. Grossness of John Crook with Harley. She called CPS and reported it based on what Lynette actually posted. This is how dumb this woman is.
Yeah. And it's like she forgets what she posts, or if she thinks she deletes it, then it doesn't exist and it was never posted.
Like she talks to text and posts it on Facebook instead of a text message, and she thinks she's texting it to somebody, or she's in Messenger, but then she hits go live. Like she killed all of her tortoises. Yeah. Like this woman is insane.
And I believe a lot of the viewers would agree that it is an unsafe, hazardous setting for not only the little human that lives there, and all of the animals that live there, especially the ones under that tarp.
My friend has all my tortoises and he wouldn't give them back. No, you killed them. That's another lie. And it goes on and on and on and on. Like it just keeps going on and on. And it's not going to stop. It is not going to stop until that child is saved, those animals are saved, and the town is saved.
And if she's yelling at that child that way in front of the officer, can you imagine what it's like without company?
That is way toned down from what the residents experienced with her. And within seconds, she's yelling at Harley and then smacking her in the head. And many of the residents have witnessed this at town hall meetings, at Meet the Candidates. This is not an occasion where there aren't a handful of credible witnesses. It is happening.
Yeah. The Funton gate, though, I think that's fine.
I mean, You can't get any more creative than a
that's
futon
fine.
frame gate.
I think CPS told her they need to get rid of that.
Futon frame gate with the no trespassing, leaning up on it, just relaxing, like, yeah, what's up, futon?
No
Yeah.
shade. No shade.
No shame. No shame in my futon game. Yeah, man. How do you get any more creative than that? If that don't say Lynette and John Crook, I don't know what does. That was just, it was something else. What are some of the things?
Were people surprised why, like, if CPS don't see an issue with those living conditions, like what are they doing? Why haven't they said anything yet? And so that's a good question. That's a really good question. Why are they okay with her living in the shed? She even said to the officer she needs to take a nap in the shed.
Gonna go take a nap in the shed. Not only that, she threatened Harley to buckle her back up into the car after we were told, the officer was told, that she's been sitting in there for 4 hours. I was going to say 3 hours, 4 hours. Not 4 hours, but it was said she's been sitting back there 4 hours. Mm-hmm. And now
the hot tub, which if you notice,
a hot tub, just like the turtles.
The door was wide open, which means there is no AC.
There's no AC in that shed.
That door open all the time to bring in.
There is no plumbing there. Well,
no AC.
We've been told that there's a washer and dryer in there, and it's just gray water dumping out onto the ground, which is illegal.
When we were there for the town hall meeting, every time we drove by, because we have to drive past their property to get anywhere or to the schoolhouse, that door of the shed was wide open, and on hot days, it's so cooking. Hot that the moment I come outside, my glasses get fogged up. That's how hot it was.
Well, that's part of the humidity, the heat and the humidity.
But it's hot, and I'm always cold, so you know it's hot when I'm getting hot.
Maybe you was born hot.
Frankie says a pathological liar keeps forgetting their lies, so they have to lie even more.
Oh my
don't
goodness,
realize they get caught up in their own stories over and over again.
They keep lying, and then the funny part is they have somebody else lying on their behalf, and that person's being called out on all the lies. And so all of these people are spun in this web of lies, and we already know what's happened to the Otter Creek Council and clerk in regards to that web of lies. And so at what point George and I are already going after Lynette and John Crook, that we just go, you know what? We've had it. This was funny. It's not funny anymore. Now we're going after all of you. And so there is a point.
Well, especially with the emails now uncovering their web of lies.
Oh, it's just
Mary's web of lies.
I mean, so at some point, I'm just going to go, all right, you, we're going after all of you. And your tolerance level of, that's funny. Haha, yeah, that was cute. All right, now you're an annoyance. Now I'm going to destroy you financially. So, the tolerance level keeps, we've reached that tolerance level. Your friends were even asking us today. Alisar was asking, and Tom was asking, oh man, aren't you guys, haven't you had it? And we were like, yeah, we got to go to court tomorrow. Yeah, we've had it.
Yeah,
we've had, and then we were telling them, like, we have the most perfect life here up north, and it doesn't get any better than this.
But like, you guys don't experience that here like you do in Florida. We're like, oh no,
not at all. And we were telling, we were like, well, Mayor Dan did invite us to come in and video town hall meetings,
but they're not stealing from us, so we're not gonna tell.
And so then I was like, I just told Mayor Dan, hey man, if you ain't stealing from us, I got no reason to be involved in it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I said, we're never doing this again. This is not something we wanted to be a part of. We didn't want to be stalked.
We'll help with the town if help is needed, but we're not going to attend.
We are not going to go to town hall meetings and record. We have no intentions whatsoever. Yeah. We don't want to be a part of that. We just want to live peacefully in our property, same as we want in Otter Creek. But we don't want to be stalked. We don't want to be creeped out by some of these freaks. And
welcome, Kaylee.
We don't want to be stolen from and lied to, and then try to be covering it up. But if it does happen, not going to idly sit by and let it happen to us or to the residents. Which I doubt we will ever have an issue where we are here. But Otter Creek, I doubt we'll ever have an issue in the future once it's all corrected. And we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to where everything is corrected. Where Russ is gone for good, Mary is gone for good, Christine. Worm is gone for good, and Laura Mott is gone for good. Don the Cut is gone for good. And hopefully they're all behind bars. And you go, Jeremy, that's cruel. Okay, well, 3 years they've been covering up their lies and their theft. Somebody needs to be held accountable at some point. I don't care what their age is. They did the crime. They should do the time. I don't wish ill on anybody's health, but they deserve the consequences of what they did. And if it was me that did it to them, don't you think they'd want me behind bars?
Oh, yeah.
They'd be screaming, that northerner, I can't believe that northerner with that Arabic woman, and then bringing her whole family to create a mosque out of the school, and all the other garbage that these people are saying.
The radical mosque.
Oh my
Thank
goodness,
you,
the
Deborah.
garbage that these people say in regards to our relationship, in regards to George, in regards to, it's just.
Thanks, Lovey.
It's something else. It is something else. And we haven't experienced any of that up north. None of it.
No, we just get to hang out with our chickens and peacock and experience the other wildlife here.
I do miss Maryland Rayview, Suckstride Garyvee every now and then.
The chipmunks and the squirrels and
you
the
miss,
different
you
birds.
miss Maryland? We did go in the Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago.
And we ran into Tammy instead.
Yeah. So we were going to go see if we could see Maryland just to say hi. But man, what? Jeez.
It's always a week, even though we're not there. So are we doing any of this right now?
There's not. Well, we didn't get much. I'll have to go. Well, I have to go Wednesday anyway for the eviction,
So
for
we'll
the
save it
apartment
for
eviction.
next
So I'll
Sunday.
get mail on Wednesday because I have to go in for the set out. So I had to do an apartment eviction this week, and then I have to go with the bailiff on Wednesday for the set out and move everything out. And so I'll get mail. We'll do mail next week for sure.
Okay.
Next week for sure. And we have all the videos filmed for next week already too. So that means that we can, let's see if we got an update on baby George.
Okay.
As soon as we'll let you know. We'll let you, like, they're in it now. They're in it now. So as soon as I get another text update, we'll let you know. So let's do mail next week.
Okay.
And who knows what's going to happen in Otter Creek this week? Like anything, literally anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And there are more things going to happen that George and I know legally, but we haven't shared with you guys yet. Mm-hmm. We know what our ultimate legal plan is.
Tom.
There are some things we share with you. There are some things that we don't share with you. We know what our legal plan is. We share it with you when it's appropriate to share it. There are some things that aren't appropriate to share yet, but there is going to be a much bigger legal pursuit. Mm-hmm. And that involves others in the realm of people like Lynette, John Crook, other individuals supportive. And how'd you like that when the piece of paper falls out of Lynette's Jeep Gladiator and she goes, oh, that's Russ's. That's Russ's. I don't know what her and Russ were doing in that back seat, but I'm glad I wasn't there to see it on camera.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's Russ's.
I don't even want to know.
Not only that, Harley is boxed in with all that garbage and Russ's stuff. Mm. Why is Harley in a back seat where Russ was with his stuff? Like, that is not okay. That man is not okay. Mm-hmm. Woo! There's just so much. I can't even fathom what's going to happen next. I know what our next moves are, but these fools just keep doing more foolish things.
Streamer.js. People are asking about the 90 days.
Okay, another text.
Marilyn says, I miss you too, with a bunch of hearts.
Oh, Flippin' Adventures just texted and said the favorite brown duck, Joaquin, flew today.
Oh.
So her favorite duck, one of the ducks flew today.
What's the name?
Joaquin. Must be Joaquin Phoenix.
Joe Quinn?
I thought it was Joaquin.
I'm reading Joe Quinn.
I thought it was Joaquin. Like Joaquin Phoenix?
Oh, I don't know.
I might be completely wrong.
Well, I could be wrong. I could be way off.
I could be way off. All right. Anything else you want to share with Lynette and John Crook's turd factory?
I think more agencies need their eyeballs on the situation, and something needs to be done, because anyone with a heart and anyone with eyes that can see knows that that is not okay. And not much has changed on their property from when we showed it before we called CPS, with the rotting food and the unchained refrigerator and the sharp metals. Not a whole lot has changed.
And keep in mind, there would be no positive progress forward unless people were calling the agencies.
Right. It forces them to do.
Harley would have even worse living conditions right now if there wasn't an open CPS case. And there's still an open CPS case, because there's been how many visits? They have so many things they have to do in so much time. They have an open case with CPS. her living conditions would be even worse if people weren't calling and reporting. The animals would be even worse if people weren't reporting and calling. And so really, in all reality, Lynette and John Crook should be thanking us, going, man, we've never had it this good here, and we had to do it because somebody complained and showed it on YouTube.
I mean, she has thank you for a couple things. Like, she didn't know she can solicit funds without a certain form or paperwork.
She's been soliciting funds with GoFundMe's for years.
Yeah.
And then she's telling you that she hasn't made any money. And
just Shelley.
Obviously lying again. So all you have to do is go to the IRS and go, here's all the GoFundMe's, and then go to the IRS and go, here's where she's saying that she didn't do any fundraisers, and now she's busted. Like, this is how stupid these people are.
And then us calling John out on his abusive behavior because she posts all this online. He's been nicer to her.
Now we get along. We get along now.
But he
still
throws him under the bus.
Why the officers there? It's all him. Where are your tears? Where are you crying? I don't know if you're crying. Are you convulsing?
Yeah, definitely eye opener.
Are you a crypt keeper? Are you phoning home? What is going on? It's just mind blowing. Literally mind blowing. What do you think happens next?
Not sure.
Okay, I know what happens next.
You never know what the Hales will happen next.
All right, we're going to play a little claim to fame again here tonight.
Okay.
And so George and I had fun last week with claim to fame, and we've got some tweaks. We want to get this down because afterwards we evaluated it and we went, okay, we liked it. It moves faster. George was like, my back doesn't hurt as bad.
Usually my back is on fire at the end of the auction because it usually takes anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours of showing the bulk, because we do bulk lots. And it went by so quickly that I actually liked it. My back felt great.
So we will bring auctions back, okay? And we got a lot of feedback from you guys as well. And vast majority of you, probably like 98% said, hey, I like claim to fame better than the 2% that went, bring the auction back. So we will be bringing auctions back. We want to figure out the best way to do claim to fame first. So one of the things we'll be doing tonight is you don't have to put the item in. You'll just have to claim the number. And what we did is we have all of the numbers are different for each lot. So if anybody's lagging, it cannot be confused.
Right.
Now the numbers may be different just by $1 or $2, and George will show one item at a time, not throw it all in there. It'll be one item at a time, and then you'll get to choose, hey, I want to see the rest of it, show me, or surprise me, send it in the mail.
Once you claim it in the chat, you'll have the option of seeing the rest of the bulk lot, or if you want to be surprised.
And we've tried to put all of the numbers, all of the prices for the claims.
Completely different numbers.
Completely different numbers.
There's no confusion with lagging.
But we look at what things have been going for like that in the past in the auctions, and then we put the price
like
under that.
Medium. Yeah.
So we go under that to go, okay. So we want to be as fair as possible to you guys. And we actually are underpricing what it's been selling for at the auction. So we go, all right, let's put a little bit under that. And at the auctions, it was this, but we're not doing auctions. We're doing claim to fame. So we think, okay, this would be great for somebody who's going to collect it or resell it. So with that being said, we're going to go for it again. And I think we got some free prizes tonight too.
Yes, we will do a giveaway like we always do.
Take it away, George.
So first things first, make sure you are in live chat. Live chat or all chat, depending on which device you're watching from. Make sure, and then you want to avoid being in top chat. This is super important because the live chat between Jeremy and I and everyone at home, we can see the live chat happening in real time as close as possible. If you're watching from Facebook and you don't plan on buying, you don't plan on claiming anything and you want to watch, you could stay where you are. But if you plan on buying some of the bulk items, make sure you hop onto the YouTube platform, make sure you subscribe, which is free, and then put your claim in the live chat. We're switching it up. If you're just now hopping on, we're doing claim to fame, buy it now sales versus the auction. If you live outside of the country, you're more than welcome to claim it. Just know that there will be additional shipping charges based on the weight of the package, the dimensions, and where you live in the world.
It's your claim to fame.
If you do live outside of the United States, just know your country's custom laws and if there's any import fees, because all of that can rack up. I can tell you that shipping costs can vary anywhere from $50 to $200. Again, all depending on your the weight of the package and the dimensions and where you are located. Our moderator, Flipping Adventures, once I start showing the items, she has to say go, go, go in the live chat, and then you can claim it.
So we'll just go with the price tonight. We found out last week that some people put the name of the lot and then the price, and that didn't go through on YouTube system. So try and throw in a $ and the price, or type out, like if it's 100, I don't even know if we have a 100. I think we have a 99. If it's 99, type out the words 99, but maybe have that prepped ahead of time. So just the price, and we price all lots differently tonight. So if anybody's lagging, we know there's no confusion.
Yes. So if our moderators are not confirming your claim in the live chat, that means no one can see what you're typing. So if, let's say, for example, a lot goes for $99 this evening, and if you just type in 99, but nothing's going through.
Update from patients. Sorry.
Put a $ or type out the word 99. And then if you claim a lot this evening and you are one of our buyers, we ask that you please send us your contact information immediately to whatthehales@yahoo.com. We will display that email address on the screen once we go into the sale. And then Jeremy, along with our moderators, will remind you throughout the sale where to send your information and what information to send. We want your YouTube profile name, your real name, your mailing address, your claim amount, and the lot that you are buying. We will do a practice lot. So if this is your first time tuning into our sales, we'll do a practice lot so you know how it works. And then this evening, I will send an invoice, and the invoices are sent through PayPal. You do not need a PayPal account in order to pay the invoice. You have the option of paying using either a debit card, a bank card, or a credit card, or obviously your PayPal account. Keep in mind that everything is sold as is. There's no guarantees, no returns. We sell the items off to you as we find them in the abandoned storage units or wherever we source them from, whether it's a flea market or what else have we done this year?
Storage units, flea markets, direct buy from somebody's estate.
Oh, like an estate sale.
I don't know what else we've done.
And then at the end of the sale, we will have 2 lucky winners. You'll have a chance to win a free item based on a trivia question that Jeremy will be asking.
And it's a good item.
And then because there are glitches with YouTube, we are at the mercy of them. We have no control over them. We highly recommend that you refresh in between every lot that I bring out, so there is no lagging issues. Okay. And then also keep in mind that if you have no intentions of paying for the lot this week, please don't bid, because that will get you banned from being able to participate in any future sales. I think that's pretty much it.
One more thing.
So claim to fame, and then I'll go ahead and set up.
That's what George does.
I'll set this up for you while I go set up over there.
Things about to get hot in here. About to get Garbage Pail Kids hot.
I'm gonna set this here.
Okay. Claim to fame. It's been a lot of fun. So your claim here tonight can be your claim to fame here in the What the Hales world. I'm going to go ahead and get us set up. I don't really think we need to practice. We don't need to practice. I'm just going to say we don't need to practice. There is no point in a practice. And it's not really difficult to figure out how it works. You're the first one that claims it at that price, and you are the winner. So here's what's going to happen. You can see already, George is going to show an item, a lot, and she's going to show one thing from the lot at a time. First person to claim it at that price. So what is the price on this? I can't.
$199.
All right. $199 is the price on this. So $199 on the price on this. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 you have the opportunity to claim it by typing $199, and it's go time.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and full screen George.
So first lot are assorted stamps. It comes just like this in this organized binder. And these are first day of issue stamps. So here's the first one. This one has a date of 1971.
At any point in time, you can, if you're the first claim to fame, it is all yours. Right now, Renee Ward. Renee Ward just claimed it at $199. $199. All right, Renee. Renee, here's what we need to know. Do you want to see the rest, or do you want to be surprised, Renee? Renee, we're asking you.
You'll
do you
get an entire stack
just like that? That's how it works. Renee just claimed it. She didn't even see anything else. Renee, do you want to see the rest, or do you want to be surprised? Let's see what Renee has to say here. And whatever Renee says, that's what we're going to do. Renee says, surprise me. We're on to lot number 2. Right. Renee Ward is the wiener. Just Renee Ward.
Yep.
All right, Renee, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. And what you're going to do is you're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame of $199, and tell George it was the stamps. You're going to send it right there. There's the email right there. There is the email, whatthehales@yahoo.com. You will get a auto response, but that's okay. George will get you a personalized invoice tonight. All right. Don't even say the name of it. You're ruining the surprise. Just show one thing at a time. Okay. All right. Fine. You can say the name. She's mad at me already, which doesn't take much.
I don't have to say anything.
All right. Vintage Nintendo lot.
You're
and
throwing in rules that I didn't know about.
Vintage Nintendo lot. The claim is $201. This has not been tested.
So you'll get a vintage Nintendo game console.
You saw all of this in one of the storage units that we purchased, and we found tons. Or was this a flea market? Kitty Mama Felicia already just bought it.
Woo!
Kitty Mama Felicia all just bought it. Okay. All right. 201. Kitty Mama Felicia, do you want to see everything, or do you want to be surprised? So Kitty Mama Felicia, this is what it's all in. Do you want to see everything, or do you want to be surprised, Kitty Mama Felicia? So Kitty Mama Felicia claimed it at 201. You can write it while I'm trying to read. Claimed it at 201. And let's see if Kitty Mama Felicia wants to see it, or she wants to see some. All right, Kitty Mama, you're about to find out what you just purchased for 201. Keep in mind, we have not tested any of this, okay?
You will get.
All right, here you go, Kitty Mama Felicia.
You'll get one of the Nintendo remote controls.
Kitty Mama Felicia's in the house tonight, and she got this for 201.
You'll get Super Nintendo with Duck Hunt game. Again, we have not tested any of these.
But you probably will have to blow on them, because everybody knows that's what you do. What game is that?
This is No Bunga's Ambition.
We have not looked any of this up. This was flea market, right? Or was this a storage unit? All right. She said this is flea market find.
Tecmo
Bowl. Oh, Tecmo Bowl. Oh my goodness. One of the greatest football games ever made right there. Right there.
You've got Jack Nicklaus Golf. Dolls. You've got NFL.
Not as good as Tecmo Bowl, in my opinion, but it is only opinion. It is only opinion.
Here's Major League Baseball.
Philip says instructions said never to blow on them. But
you did it.
That was the only way to fix them. Or take a piece of sandpaper on the contacts. I would clean them with sandpaper or alcohol. I would do it with alcohol as well. Kitty Mama Felicia says these are old. Zelda, the gold edition.
Gold.
Yeah, that one is so good, Kitty Mama Felicia. Yes.
We've got quarterback.
Nice. John Elway. That's John Elway right there. Tecmo Bowl is still one of the best.
Simon's Quest.
Oh my goodness, that's a good one too. Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Oh yeah, I used to play these.
Metal Gear.
Ultra Metal Gear.
Here's Days of Thunder.
Tricky Chi passed out once blowing on the cartridge. Her and Conky.
How long were you blowing on it for?
Flippin's Adventure says Simon's Quest is great. Yeah.
And here's
Jessica, I mastered Zelda using one life. No way.
Here's Shaq Fu. This is not a Nintendo game. This is a
Sega Genesis. Kitty Mama Felicia said her favorite was QB. Was John Elway. We'll forgive you for that. Oh, the Broncos, Denver Broncos versus the Browns, Cleveland Browns back then in the 90s. Oh.
And the last game is
80s. Chacon.
The game is in there.
Chacon.
That's it.
All right, Kitty Mama Felicia. It's headed your way. You know what to do. Send us a YouTube name and your real name, shipping address, and your claim to fame is 201. Claim to fame is 201. And to tell George it was the video game lot, and you can email her right there. And then remember, you get an auto response, but she'll give you a personalized email invoice tonight, and you can click right on that. And then once you click on that, you'll be okay, ready to go. Now, next lot is well, George is going to show you, but I'm going to tell you what the claim to fame is, okay? Claim to fame number for this one is $176. Claim to fame is $176. Solo layout on George.
All right, first item is
still blurry. And Flippin' Adventures just said go, 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 go. Anybody can claim at any time now. Claim to fame number is $176. Rosie the Riveter, aka Brenda, already claimed it.
Woo!
Rosie the Riveter claimed it. Okay, Rosie, we need to know. Teresa's claimed. They're all claiming it now. They're all claiming it. Okay, Rosie, do you want to see it? Do you want to see it, or do you want to be surprised? Rosie, do you want to see, or do you want to be surprised? That's the question. Does Rosie want to see it, or does she want to be surprised? You want to see it all, or do you want to open it? She said surprise me.
Okay.
Rosie said surprise me.
All right.
All right. Rosie's getting surprised. Rosie is getting surprised. Next one is assorted.
You don't want to say it, right?
I didn't want to. This is part of the fun for them.
Okay. I'm just going to come look at it. Okay.
But I can tell you, George doesn't want me to say it out loud, but I can tell you the claim to fame is 200. And
these are mysteries.
I don't know how in the world you're going to show one and then show the other, I guess. I don't know how we're going to do it.
That's how we're going to have to do it.
All right, that's how we're going to do it. All right, solo layout. Claim to fame is 200. 200. And
so you're going to get all of these mystery pins. We have not gone through them. We have no idea what's in them. They will come in a container just like this. You'll get 2 of these.
I thought you were going to show one at a time. Tony just claimed the fame at 200. Underdogs tried it as well. Okay, Tony, do you want to see, or do you want to be surprised, Tony?
Do you want to see the other container? Because last time we didn't show all of them. We just said it's a mystery pin.
You can write Tony down on there. Tony, do you want to see, or do you want to be surprised? Honestly, it's going to be hard to show it all. Now, if you recall, we actually auctioned off 2 of these. What was that? A few weeks ago, a month ago?
Yeah.
We found these at the flea market, and 2 gold coins were found in the other 2 bins. And we're not saying there is gold in these. We're not saying there isn't gold in these.
We're just saying we haven't.
We don't know. We don't know. We just know that the person who got the other 2 bins of these got 2 gold coins valued just under $400. I'm not seeing if Tony wants to be surprised or not. Go ahead, just slide the other one in so we can just say, Tony, this is what you're getting. Tony, you're getting all of that.
Again, we have
all
not
of
gone
that
through all of these. These are just the mystery pins.
Okay, Tony, you're getting all of that. Last time in the auction, it sold for crazy, I forget how much. And then the
230 something, I think.
All right, so Tony, you're getting all of that. And your claim to fame at 200, Tony, you know what to do. You're going to set your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at 200, and tell George it was the assorted pin lot. The assorted pin lot, okay? So we bought those 4 together. You saw that in a video. 2 of those sold at auction already. We just did claim to fame at the other 2. And this is claim to fame. Claim to fame is $202. I don't know. I guess you're going to do it a sheet at a time. We're learning. We're learning with you. $202 is the claim. Oh, Jackie said she found silver and gold in her mystery mason jar. Nice. Nice. Jackie just said she found silver and gold in her jar.
Yeah, we never opened that jar. We
never opened it, Jackie.
We sold it as it is.
We got it home and you bought it. We never opened it. Underdogs just bought it for $202. All right, underdogs. Do you want to see everything or do you want to be surprised? Underdogs just claimed to fame at $202. Do you want to see everything or do you want to be surprised? I'll let you write underdogs while I read. Underdogs, as you can see, this is you probably already saw and know, underdogs, that this is a assorted Disney pin lot. And we did buy these. He or she says, surprise me. Okay. All right. So there is more, but you're going to be surprised. Okay. You're going to be surprised. So underdogs, here's what you're going to do. You're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at $202, and tell George it was assorted Disney pins. Assorted Disney pins. All right. This claim to fame is $203. This claim to fame is $203. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 first one that claims it gets it. I'm going to go ahead and full screen. I don't even think I need to full screen you on this one.
No.
Flippin' Adventure says go, go, go.
Oh,
what do we need to know?
I forgot to ring my bell for underdog. This is for you, underdog.
All right. Claim to fame on this one is $203. David Fisher is in. David Fisher just claimed it. Just like that. All right. David Fisher. We need to know, David Fisher, do you want to see the rest in your claim to fame or do you want to be surprised? Do you want to see the rest or do you want to be surprised? David Fisher is the claim to fame. Just like that, Boomdog goes, boom, shakalaka. This is the fun part because David Fisher says, surprise me.
Okay.
David Fisher, there's a lot more there, okay? So David Fisher says, surprise me. This is part of the fun of it. This is like us buying storage units, but you guys are doing this. You guys are putting in a bid and you're seeing a little bit, and then you go, okay, well, now I'm going to see a lot. All right, David Fisher, you know what you're going to do. You're going to send us YouTube name, real name, shipping address, your claim to fame amount of $203, and tell George it was the assorted tack pins. Okay, assorted tack pins. There's the email right there. Remember, you will get an auto response. You can ignore that. George will get you a personalized invoice tonight. Okay, this is helping. I hope this is helping with the refresh issues, and we're learning different amounts, lagging. Hopefully, it's helping. All right, next lot. You saw this in a storage unit, and this claim to fame is 150. 150 is the claim to fame on this lot. I'm going to go ahead and solo layout for George. 150 is the claim to fame. Once Flippin' Adventure says go, 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 which she has, and claim to fame is 150. We're working the kinks out of this claim to fame. We're learning how to play the game, and we're having. And Flo Daddy says, I think this is more fun than the auctions. Lefty 112 just claimed it for 150. Okay, Lefty 112. Do you want to see the rest, or do you want to be surprised? Lefty 112. Do you want to see the rest, or do you want to be surprised? And keep in mind, we're trying to under the claim to anything that it's auctioned at. We're trying to price it under what they go for in the auction. So, and show me the rest. Lefty 112 says, show me the rest. So, all right, here we go. Lefty, I'm going to full screen George. Lefty, remember this. You're going to send us your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at 150. Tell George it is lace and linen number 1. I guess you now know there's going to be a number 2. Lace and linen number 1.
So this looks like it's a window treatment curtain.
But she was making stuff out of that for sure. This was the unit.
This looks like she handcrafted this.
She made that. Yeah. This was the unit where it's just filled with lace and crafting supplies, and it was amazing.
Table runners and doilies and.
Did she make that one too?
No, this doesn't look like she made it. This is like
That's a store-bought
table cover.
Danielle Oatman said, I just got my lace lot and I love it.
Yeah.
Danielle, we have a whole lot more from that unit. That unit was amazing with all the lace. And a lot of you guys know, how expensive lace is. Lace is like really, really expensive, especially that French lace. My
this
goodness.
Looks like she made this. This is another window treatment.
Made it out of lace. Like, that's impressive to me. Zena goes, this is way better. You can do more lots. We can do more lots.
Yeah, and my back still probably wouldn't hurt if we did more. This
is actually better for my voice, where I'm not forced to speak for 3 hours, and for George's back. Believe it or not, I never talk this much in real life.
These are window treatments, lace window treatments.
But George and I's deal is for her to be part of what I got going on, that I have to carry 90% of the conversation. So that's what we agreed upon. But I always try and get her to sing and carry the conversation.
This doesn't look handmade because I think I saw a tag. She probably didn't handcraft this, but this is another window treatment.
Debbie Vaughn makes junk journals. Danielle does. We find some really cool journals.
I actually started a journal lot with like blank journals. This one looks like no, this one's not handcrafted.
That one's probably.
Yeah, this one was store-bought because it has the label.
Dawn says, George's she shed will be cleared out pretty soon. Oh, my goodness, Dawn. No way. We took George's friends in there today, and we showed them the headquarters and the she shed. And Tom goes, holy cow. He's looking at it like there's so much to sell.
I mean, a lot of people get overwhelmed. They're not used to it. Like when Diana was here with her family.
Looks like there's a stain right there. That one needs to be cleaned and laundered. When Diana and the family, they've never seen anything like
Diana
this.
goes, don't you get overwhelmed with just stuff everywhere? I'm like, no. This looks like a table cover, a lace table cover.
I get overwhelmed with stuff everywhere. I think I'm used to it now. Clean.
When I first met you, it was extremely overwhelming for me, but I'm used to it now. This looks like she made it, like that's handmade.
That's handmade by her.
I'm not sure what this is. If this is a window treatment or what, or if she started a quilt.
That might have been the start of a quilt. Wow. Doreen, the peacocks and fluffy butts are doing incredible. They got spoiled today. Flippin' Adventure says there's plenty of room at the schoolhouse. Cough, cough, hint, hint. Don't worry, we'll be buying some of the best storage units in Florida once we get down there. We are on the hunt for the best stuff.
This is store-bought, but it's still a pretty lace.
For anybody that's wondering, we actually bought 2 units this week. You're gonna they're both good, but the one is really good. Incredible. And we got that one for $400, right? Mm-hmm. We got it for $400.
Gotten it cheaper.
One of our fans was at the auction bidding against us, and she goes, you guys are the ones that taught us how to buy storage units. I was like, I didn't teach you how to bid against me.
This looks like she made this,
but it was a very, very pleasant surprise, and you will get to see Patience and Christian as well, even though they're in the hospital right now, which I'm going to check my phone right now and see if baby George is here yet. This looks
handcrafted. This is another window treatment.
Nothing yet from the kids. Baby George isn't here yet, even though she is being induced. Okay. She is being induced. Dawn says, send my love to the kids. I can't wait to go see baby George. Well, and the kids as well, but go see the baby. So while you're showing that, So everybody, I know there's a lot of members that contributed towards baby George's baby shower for her bank account, for her very first bank account. And so I went to actually set up her bank account. They would not allow me to set up the bank account until she's born with a social security number. So once she's with us, then Christian and I have to go to the bank and set up the account. And so I'll make sure you guys all see that. So we're always trying to be transparent with anything that you guys give to. So we want to make sure you guys know exactly what's going on. And so I'll try and let you see that when
it looks like
George
there's some stains on this.
Gets her actual first bank account, but we could not do it until she was actually born with a social security number. But she, as of tonight, she will have a social security number, I guess.
Well, it depends on how quickly
Mama
you turns them in. It depends on how quickly Mama will turn the paper.
Oh, so that's what they do. They give it to you there. I guess she's not going to be born. She's not going to be born on Halloween. Everybody.
They don't give it to you at the hospital. You have to submit it to the Social Security office.
Oh, okay. Well, she's not going to be born on Halloween. We all thought she was going to be a Halloween baby.
So it all depends on if Patience is going to do the paperwork, submit it for the baby, or if Christian's going to do it. Depends on how quickly they get it submitted.
So baby George's birthday is going to be 9/24, and she's in the hospital right now being induced. I guess there's potential of 9/25 as well. Audrey says it takes about 2 weeks to get the social security number. Well, once we have the social security number, Christian and I are going to go to the bank and set everything up. I have to have one of them there as well as a guardian over the account. Kitty Mama Felicia's birthday is tomorrow. She might be born on your birthday, Kitty Mama Felicia. I keep checking.
Happy early birthday.
Marcy says the hospital submitted it for her. Remember, this is the claim. This is the claim of 150 on this lace lot. We're still looking at this whole lace and linen lot. The lace and linens, which reminds me, let me check again, see if the kids have messaged. Which she said, I'm only allowed to drink formula bottle of liquids in 3 ounce.
This looks like a pillow cover.
It does.
Like a pillowcase.
I messaged her back and I said this. She said, I'm only allowed to drink formula bottle liquids. I said, be careful. Apple juice will give you the sharts. Which I used the word shart on purpose.
It looks like
she gets it.
Hand painted this.
Oh, wow.
This is some type of bed sheet.
Mary says hospital submitted for her kids too. Michelle said hospital did it.
I remember I had to submit for
Jessica Kruger wants to talk about. Oh, I forgot to talk about that tonight. Oh my goodness. Yes, I will. I will talk. We're going to talk about it once this lot is done. I cannot believe. You know what threw me off, Jessica? The baby being born. I'm so sorry.
Looks like another pillowcase.
I'm so sorry. I cannot believe I did that. Listen, we got a community event coming up. You go ahead, keep showing, and I'm going to talk about this. So we have a community event coming up to Otter Creek, which is going to be, well, I'll just show it to you. I'll show you the handout first.
I'm not sure what this is.
So this is Otter Creek Community Yard Sale. And
I have no idea what this piece is.
It's Saturday, October 21st.
Maybe a pillow cover.
7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I promised to start talking about this. The baby being born, like literally 15 minutes before we went live, I got text on baby George. And I knew to talk about this all beforehand.
This is a pillowcase.
October 21st is going to be the community yard sale held at the schoolhouse. Okay. And there are some needs. So if you're local and you're like, you know what, I would really like to volunteer. We're not looking for, if you're like, well, I could come, but I need paid. I could come or I need housed. That's not what we're looking for. This is a community event for the area and kids. And we have specific needs if you want to volunteer and be a part of that. And so the areas that we need help with are as follows. Oh, where did I lose it? It got buried. No, it didn't. You sent it to me, Deanna. You sent it to me in another app. Where is it? Okay, you emailed it to
This
me,
looks
right?
like a table cover.
I got 500 things open right now. Deanna, where did you send it? I got it. She emailed it to me. Okay, so this is what we need, okay? So this is what we need. And if you want to volunteer and help, yep, I got you. I got you now. I found it. If you want to volunteer and help, these are the areas of need, okay? We need help parking people and checking in for the vendors. So we need one person to help, just help with parking and vendor entrance. We need one person to help with guest parking, everybody coming to the dollar sale, or not dollar sale. It's not a dollar sale. It's a community sale. So people, there will be vendors coming in and food and things along that. We're going to have some games as well. So we need a person to help run a duck game for the kids where they'll all be getting candy. Ring and hook or beanbag bullseye game for the kids. We need a person. We need a person to run the register for the dollar sale. And we need multiple people to help with the game. So somebody for the first shift, 7 to 11, then 11 to 3. And then with the dollar sale, 7 to 11 and then 11 to 3. So we need a couple people there. Family photo spot, taking pictures of the family. And we need a person to help there for family photos. Making and selling the famous FOIA French toast casserole on a stick. Yes, we are doing the famous French toast casserole on a stick. We need 2 people to help with that as well. Garbage to help, just go around the grounds, pick up any garbage. We need somebody to help with that. And then a couple floaters to help as well. If you want, somebody needs help over here, somebody needs help over there, you can go to Deanna or you go to Jessica or you can go to Carl and they'll say, well, I need you to help over here. I need you to help over here. If you want to help, okay, here's what you can do. If you want to help, you should be able to see this. Volunteers can email ottercreekevents@gmail.com with subject line volunteer, provide name, user, name, address, phone number, hours available to help, what time of day, 7 to 11, or all day or 2. Okay, so you get the idea, but you can email ottercreekevents@gmail.com if you're able to volunteer. And I will mention this again at the end. All right, next claim to fame. And I'm sorry, Jessica and Deanna, the baby being born threw me off. Next claim to fame is 151 is the claim to fame. This is a brand new, make sure you understand, this is a brand new lot, brand new claim to fame. I'm giving George solo lot. I bet you can't guess what it is. I bet you can't guess what it is. The claim on this is 151. 151. Claim to fame, you would never guess, would you? With that first item that George put out there. $151 is this claim. 151 is this claim. Suzette says, what's going on with giving of the school supplies? Suzette, wait for us to give you the information. And we're still in at 151. This is the longest claim to fame yet. Look at this. This is a long claim. Holy cow, that thing is huge.
Mm-hmm. It's just one big roll of lace.
That thing is huge.
This looks like a placemat.
151 is the claim on this. George is starting to show it all. 151 is the claim. I don't see a claim to fame yet. I don't see a claim to fame yet.
This looks like a lace window treatment.
Still up for claim.
Lace window treatment.
Rose Blue says, oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
This lace is really pretty because there's different colors in it. There's blue flowers with the green stem.
Still no claim. It's still up for grabs. 151 is the claim for this.
This looks like a window treatment.
Rose Blue says, yep, she loves it.
This looks like
Ooh, nice.
a window treatment as well.
Crafty Jen says that flower one is so pretty.
It's very pretty.
That one was pretty, wasn't it? And I'm not even into that, but that's pretty creative.
Mm-hmm.
151 is the claim on this.
This looks like another
Piece of lace there.
Piece of lace.
Kimberly says lace is so hard to find now. We found it. We found where it all was stored.
This is probably a window treatment also. Yeah.
They put lace on windows, or she took the lace and made it into a window thing.
This looks like she may have handcrafted this into a window treatment.
What do you put the lace on the windows for?
As a window treatment, like a curtain.
I guess I've never seen it that way. Maybe I have and don't even know it. Claim to fame on this is 151.
When we're in Amish country, they use lace.
Oh, yeah, they do. They use lace all over it. 151 is the claim. Flippin' Adventure says, I love the lace valances. They're so farmhouse. No claims yet.
Here's a lace table runner.
151 is the claim. Kimberly put in 175, but 175 does not count. It's got to be a 151. Did we even do a 175 yet? Nope, we didn't, but we changed up all the numbers so we wouldn't get any lagging. It's got to be a 151 is the claim to fame. 151 is the claim to fame.
This one's really pretty.
Look at the backing
lace
on that.
with teal.
Look at the backing on that. Did she make that?
I don't, maybe.
Waco Ken put 155. It's got to be 151, Waco Ken.
Claim it for 151.
151. It's not a claim unless it's 151.
Yeah, these are buy it now prices.
It's got to be the 151, so it's fair for everybody. It's got to be, it's a claim to fame. It's only a claim. It is not an auction. It's a claim. They are really nice rose blue. Shelly says, is that pink lace?
No, it was like a off-white. This, not sure what this is. Maybe a table cover.
It's huge, whatever it is.
This might be a table cover.
Yeah, it's huge. Marcy says, I love all the work that went into that. Waco Ken says, okay, 151. Waco Ken, claim the fame. Waco Ken, do you want to see the rest? Do you want to see the rest? And Jean Brown says, why is patience being induced? Anyone? Jean's probably lagging a little bit. She has the blood pressure is too high right now. She could go in preeclampsia. And so they're going to go ahead and induce. So Waco Ken, you know what to do. We just need to know if you want to see the rest. You're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame of 151, and tell George it was lace lot number 2. Lace lot number 2. And we're going to find out if Waco Ken wants to see the rest. He might be lagging a little bit as well because he lagged a little bit after he put 155 and we said it's got to be 151. He said, yep, let's see the rest. He wants to see it. He wants to see it. All right. I'm going to full screen you.
There is some staining on this piece. This looks like a table cover.
And we didn't wash anything. This is directly
laundered
from the storage unit. We haven't laundered anything. I'm sure you guys all know how to get these out and how to launder them.
And if you don't, there's a YouTube video available on how to.
Is that a hold it up again like that? Just so. Oh, yeah, that one needs repairing right there. But I think what she was doing, she was taking lace and turning it into other things.
Yeah.
And lace is so expensive. Chet goes, so much for George's back. Shelly said you get it out with peroxide. Oh, Lenny said Oxy will probably remove it.
This is a window treatment. There is some staining to this.
Yeah, she was taking all of this and using it to make other things. So like this one, she made that, right? She took this, she made this. Yeah. She definitely made this.
This looks handcrafted.
She handcrafted that, turned that in. That would have been a window curtain too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely handmade that. So she was taking the lace from other projects and making other projects out of it.
This looks like a woman's top.
Made out of lace.
Somehow it got into this lot.
It's probably me sorting. I was like, oh, that's lace. That's fine though, right?
Yeah. This looks like this could be.
Oh, Winnie had an idea. If you can't get a
Are
stain
these-
out, you just dye the lace to a different color that you
yeah,
want
that's actually a
for
really good idea.
for your whatever you're making. That's a good idea.
This might be a bed sheet
With lace on
with
the end.
lace on the
Oh, I
end.
see.
I could be wrong though. Could be wrong.
We don't know what it all is. But there was so much lace.
This looks
oh
like
my
a
goodness.
table cover.
Look at that. I was watching a video today on why lace is so expensive. And the funny thing is, I didn't search it. It just came up on my screen. And why do you think it came up on my screen? Because it's listening to us and we have so much lace from this storage unit. Mary Collins says, I love making lace. Mary, from what I saw, it's the most tedious, craziest thing in the world. I don't know how you're doing it.
This looks like
And
just
expensive.
an entire sheet of
very, very, very expensive. And they said there in the video, it says there's so few people that know how to work with lace anymore, that they're extreme experts.
It looks like she handcrafted this too.
Wow. Mary says she does it while she's watching TV. Yeah, I could see how that would.
This looks like another tablecloth.
Flippin' Adventures uses the lace to use designs for furniture and walls. Yep, for painting. Barbie T says now all of our phones are going to start showing lace stuff. Probably will.
That's probably so true.
I was like, how in the world did this get up here? Oh, yeah, that's right. My phone is listening to me.
This is probably...
Marcy says, not Mary. It's Marcy. Don't ever call me Mary.
This is probably a bed sheet.
JoJo's mom used to replace or repair old lace.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
There's a lot of lace. Waco Ken is getting a lot of lace. Look at that. Is that like that's just pure lace?
This is yeah, it looks like pure lace.
Like a bolt of lace. I guess it's not a full bolt, but wow.
And that concludes the lace lot.
All right, that is the lace lot. Waco Ken, again, you know what to do. You're going to send George your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, and your claim to fame of 151, and tell George it's lace lot number 2. Lace lot number 2. And she'll get that out to you. She'll get an invoice out to you. And I know you've purchased before, so you know how it all works. And I need a few Tums. Not because I'm stressed out. It has nothing to do with stress. It's one of my medications. So
you get a side effect.
The side effect of my medication is acid reflux.
All right. Next one.
All right. Next claim to fame. $154. Next claim to fame. $154. And
these are all mystery.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see them one at a time. Go, go, go. Claim to fame, $154. And it's a sorted lot of...
Ba-bam! Watches. I did not go through these watches. We got an entire flat of them, and we're just auctioning off as we got them.
Kitty Mama Felicia is already in. Teresa came in a second. Kitty Mama Felicia. Do you want to see what you're buying? Kitty Mama Felicia, do you want to see what you're buying? She was in quick.
Or
and
do
Teresa,
you want to be surprised?
Or do you want to be surprised? And then Teresa Penrose came in really quick. All right, let's see what Kitty Mama Felicia says. I'm waiting. Kitty says, surprise me.
Okay.
Teresa Penrose. Better be quick. No hints. The claim to fame is 155. Felicia Mama, Kitty Mama, you know what to do. Felicia Kitty Mama, you better be quick as well. The claim to fame is 155. Was it Therese that said she sold one of our watches for 350? It was Kirsten. Okay. This is obviously a watch lot as well. This is a second watch lot, and it's go, go, go. 155. Boom! Kendra Combs is in. Okay. It was Kendra Combs. I got multiples in there. It's Kendra Combs. All right. Am I saying it right? Kendra? I think I'm saying it right. Kendra, you're the claim to fame at 155. Kendra, do you want to see or do you want to be surprised? Kendra says surprise me.
Okay.
Kendra says surprise me. Now's a good time to refresh as well because I saw Teresa Penrose. I saw you try, okay? But you got to refresh. Okay. So Kendra, you know what you're going to do. You're going to send us YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at 155. Tell George it was assorted watch lots number 2. Number 2. All right. This claim to fame is $156. And if you're going, why the odd numbers? It's so anybody who
no confusion.
lagging, no confusion on what lot they're claiming.
Yeah.
We're learning as you're learning, and we'll get it down to a fun science and a fun game. $156 on this claim to fame. What do we need to know, George?
So next lot are assorted DVDs. We did not test these. All I did was open them up to make sure that the DVD matched the cover and the case.
156 is the claim to fame. Linda says, I love the surprise idea. We like it too, but we buy storage units. And part of the fun is the surprise. And we've got a couple storage units for you guys this week that there's just a ton of surprises in. A ton of surprises in.
Some of these DVDs are brand new, still sealed. Like this one, for example. This has never been opened, and this is a new DVD.
156 is the claim to fame. George will start showing. First person to claim it for that price wins it for that price. 156 is the claim.
These are different assortments of genre.
Uh-oh. She just dropped some. 156 is the claim to fame.
American Gangster.
Ray Toller is in at 156. Ray, you have the claim to fame. Ray, do you want to be surprised or do you want to see everything else? Let us know, Ray. Let us know. Ray, you barely saw anything. Here, can you show me? Can you give me that real quick? Ray, this entire thing is... So, we just need to know, do you want to see it all or do you want to be surprised, Ray? So Ray's going to let us know whether he wants to be surprised or not. Ray, also remember, you're going to send us your YouTube name, your real name. He says surprise him. Okay. So Ray, you're going to send us your real name, YouTube name, your shipping address, and your claim to fame at 156. And then let George know is the assorted DVD lot. Assorted DVD lot. So I hope you guys actually have fun with this. Like the biggest thing we would encourage you to do, those who want to be surprised, make a video of it and post it on YouTube. And for other people to say, hey, you know, I bought this claim to fame for this much and this is what I got. It's all a ton of fun. All right. This next one, the claim to fame is 204. 204 is this claim to fame. 204.
All right.
204.
We did not test these. All I did was open it up to make sure that the CD matched the case.
If you remember, this stuff is all from a storage unit that was filled with CDs, DVDs, comics, an eBay reseller. Thank you so much, Max Labs.
This one is brand new, still sealed.
Teresa Penrose is in at 204. All right. Teresa, do you want to be surprised or do you want to see what you're getting, Teresa? Do you want to be surprised? Do you want to see what you're getting, Teresa? So Teresa Penrose, she was on it that time. I think she refreshed and she got it. She may not have gotten the watches, but she's got a huge CD lot now. So Teresa Penrose, Teresa, do you want to be surprised or do you want to see what you just bought? Let's see what she's going to say.
Okay. These are heavy.
She said surprise me.
All right.
Can I at least show her the box size?
You'll get 2 boxes.
There's
of these.
two. There are two huge boxes of these that you're receiving.
One box weighs 15 pounds. I weighed it because they're so heavy.
30 pounds. You're getting 30 pounds of this, Therese Penrose. All right, so you know what to do. You're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at 204, and you're going to tell George it is the CD lot. All right, this next claim to fame is $141. This claim to fame is $141, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give George solo layout. $141 is this claim to fame. Teresa says, wow, thanks. Boomdog says, that's money. Is that Build-A-Bear?
Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. Claim is 141. Flippin' Adventure said, go, go, go. Flippin' Adventure said, go, go, go. Claim to fame at 141.
And then there's the other Build-A-Bear.
And Suzette Lewis just claimed it at 141 and even said in her claim, surprised me.
Woo!
Suzette claimed it and said, surprised me in her claim. She was fast. There's all kinds of claims right now. She was fast enough to say, surprise me at 141. I don't know how she did it. Like, there's all kinds of 141s right now. Okay. Now, Suzette, that is not the bunny that you saw this week with the Restore the Love project, just to be very clear. So, but you have an entire, you will be, can I at least show in camera?
Yep.
So, Suzette, you will be, I'm not going to show everything that's in it, but you're going to be receiving an entire lot. You're going to be receiving an entire lot of Build-A-Bear.
Plush.
And plush. And you're going to be surprised. So there's plush, Build-A-Bear, the whole deal. All right. So you know what you're going to do, Suzette. You're going to send your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your claim to fame at 141, and tell George it was the plush Build-A-Bear. Okay. This is
the last lot before the free lot.
All right. This claim to fame is 99. 99. I don't think it'll go. Because once they find out where it's from, George took this out of my closet. George, just so we're clear, George took all of these out of my closet.
These are assorted Jeremy tops from when he used to dress up before he became fun employed.
And now I need one for court tomorrow.
So I did set aside some collared shirts for him because he will need it for when we go to weddings or nice dinners with friends or when he has to go to court.
Silence 35 just claimed it. I cannot believe it. I honestly cannot believe it. Silent 35, do you want to be surprised? I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. Do you want to be surprised? Silent 35. This is just so silly to me. So silly. But she's trying to get everything out of my closet. So
because he doesn't wear them anymore.
Silent 35, surprise, or do you want to see what it says? Surprise me. Okay. At least let me show in the camera the huge tote of, you actually got some really incredible stuff, which will resell on eBay, Poshmark really good. So you are going to be, holy cow, my back. You are going to be surprised. And I didn't think anybody would buy that. So, but there you have it. Somebody out there was crazy enough, and it was you, Silent 35. All right, so all of our Claim to Fame members tonight, you are now in the Hall of Fame of Claim to Fame here at Hale's headquarters. What you're going to do is you're going to send us your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping amount, your Claim to Fame, or your shipping address, your Claim to Fame amount, and you're going to tell us exactly which lot you claimed. And you're going to send all that info right there, whatthehales@yahoo.com. Once you send that to yahoo.com, you will get an auto response, and that's okay. No problem with that. Auto responses are okay. And George is going to send you a personalized invoice this evening. And George had to go, I don't know where she went. So while we're waiting for her, there are going to be 2 prizes tonight. And George, what do those prizes look like?
All right, we're bringing back your favorites.
O-lights, baby.
O-lights.
O-lights. You could win O-lights tonight.
Oh, wait, let me grab something.
All right, she's grabbing something. O-lights is what you can win tonight.
All right, so we will have 2 lucky winners this evening. If you are the first one to answer correctly, you can either win a O-light compass flashlight,
which is a brand new release.
Yeah, see the compass sign down there? Or you can get the i3E keychain O-light.
Is that a new release or not? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I know this one is.
Okay.
So they're both keychain flashlights. One is just a compass, and then this one is a mini.
Before we do the giveaways, I want to emphasize again that we are doing a community event at the schoolhouse October 21st. Okay. And again, I'll show this to you. We'll be sharing this in our morning memes. And so we'll make sure that you have all of this. So we'll be sharing this in our morning memes. Anybody that needs to take a screenshot, you can right now. But this is an Otter Creek community yard sale, and where vendors can come in, the community members can come in and sell their items. And that gives the people of Otter Creek an opportunity to actually generate some income for themselves. And we'll have stuff open in the schoolhouse as well for $1 for our stuff. Everything we have will be $1. And we want to move that stuff out so that we can actually pour concrete on the floor there. And then we do need help. And so in regards to that, we need help with vendor parking. We need guest parking help, just guiding people where to go. Running games for the kids, duck games where you pick up a duck out of the pool, you get some candy. Ring hook, beanbag, bullseye game for the kids. Dollar sale room register. Fall family photo spot, taking pictures of you and the family. Selling the French toast casserole on a stick. Garbage cans, just checking everything. Porta potties, we're going to have some porta potties coming in and some security as well. And floating assistance. And I'm going to say I didn't add it all up, but it'd be great if we had about 15 different volunteers. If you're local, you can help. You're not looking for reimbursement. You're just looking to pay it forward. And you're not looking, hey, I need a place to crash. You're looking to pay it forward. You just want to be a part of it. And that's okay. And if you want to be a part of it,
location is at the schoolhouse. It'll be outdoor for any outdoor vendors, and then the dollar sale piece will be in the schoolhouse.
And you can volunteers. If you're willing to volunteer, you can email ottercreekevents@gmail.com with subject line volunteer and all that information. Again, you guys can take a screenshot, and I'll provide more of that this week. And it's my fault for not mentioning it in the first part of the live tonight. I got so overtaken.
We got worried about baby George
with the baby coming. So it's my fault. So we can do a giveaway now. So we got a giveaway this week. My goodness, what crazy videos this week. But Christian and Patience bought their own unit for their first time without us there, even though we were on the phone, we were on FaceTime, and they got a doozy of a unit, and they were able to restore the love, which was pretty cool. And so I was extremely proud of them. We were in Washington, D.C. They were at the Painesville run, which was pretty great. And let's see, what is my question going to be?
Okay.
All right, it's going to be this one right here. That's the answer. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So tonight's question: what word was on Bunny's T-shirt? What word was on the Bunny T-shirt? There was a word on the Bunny T-shirt. What word was on the Bunny T-shirt? First answer wins.
Don says throw a pie at Rustasus.
That would be awesome. They should do something.
Is he allowed on the property?
Make a paper mache Rustasus.
So will you accept this answer, or does it have to be?
I'll accept that answer.
Okay. All right. So I've got my 2. Make sure you guys are in live chat, by the way. For every time we ask the trivia question, make sure you're in live chat. I do have my first 2 people that answered correctly. Let me write your names down before I lose you, because sometimes the chat goes so crazy that I can't go back up. So the first person to answer the trivia question that I see on my end the answer of blessed is Kelly Rager. Congratulations, Kelly. The second person to answer the trivia question correctly with the answer of blessed is Julie You know what, Julie? She gave me the pronunciation for her last name and I forgot already, but I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say Julie Whiteheart. Congratulations, ladies. Make sure you email me at whatthehales@yahoo.com. Let me know you are the winner of tonight's trivia. Let me know, Kelly, which one you want. Do you want the Compass Olight or just the regular green?
But to win, to get it, you have to sing along with us tonight. You have to sing along because everybody keeps saying, can you please release this song? Well, we moved into a town with no one around. All to get away from the snow. We put in a 2-inch line. Everything was fine till they tried to steal all my dough.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
Well, Mary was in town hall. She couldn't do math at all. Calling the law.
We try and release a video every day at 5:30.
Sending emails to Worm, hoping he'd confirm. No one would know all her flaws.
Eastern Standard Time, and then we go live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Annette and John were running their con, trying to get any money they could. Everything around them dies, and then she fake tries. They'll end up by a river in a van.
Thank you to all of our awesome moderators this evening. Everyone that sent a super chat or super sticker donation.
Signs all over town, and then they were taken down. Everyone knows who done it. Hey, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. You're living in a shed with no permit.
Thank you to everyone that became a member this evening or upgraded your membership or even gifted a membership. We appreciate you.
Russ is texting Don, telling him it's on. Let's give the world a show. We always wanted fame, and now they know our names. In the meetings, always vote no.
Heck no.
Well, they're all making threats. The fans are taking bets. Who's going to be the first in jail? And Mary, Russ, or Don will be lying after John. We know it won't be what the Hales.
Or will it? That'll make an interesting video. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Say goodnight, Jeremy.
Good night, Jeremy.